Hello everyone. Can you confirm whether I am audible or not?
Yes.
It's audible. Thank you for the confirmation. My screen is visible to everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you for the confirmation. So, hello everyone. I think thank you first of all for joining this session. Thank you from my side along with the SAP side. So this course is rapid application development using AppGyver and Mendix. So this is one of the interesting course that we have ever rolled out in SAP. Like we have done so much brainstorming to come across this course and with the course content specifically, because people are talking about nowadays low code, no code, like LC and NC. So we thought like why can't we bring out something and make our users or make our developers or make our functional, make our ABAPers or all other sort of technical person or non-technical person to understand how easy application development is going to be now and the near future. So based on that, this course would be taken care in terms of mostly in the hands-on experiences. So if you are belonging from a different background, like if you are basically from ABAP background, if you are from a functional background, if you belongs to a technical team, or if you already know some programming language, so everything, if it doesn't have any programming language knowledge, so all this personas would be suitable for this course and the course content that we have built. So if you don't have any knowledge about SAP, that also would be okay, because this is something really new and this is something really quick. So my name is Karthik. I basically having a work experience more than 10 years into SAP domain. On the front end specifically, I have working with Zapier from a very long time. So this is my fourth class or fourth sessions. I'm taking it on this SAP area. So let's start today's session. I hope it will be interesting, and we'll try to make more interesting as it possible. Along with, if you have any concern and if you have anything, you can pause me, or you can speak out, or you can put it in a message box so I can read it out. So for running the class, I'll put everyone on the mute, to avoid the background noises and all. You can, if you have any doubts, you can put in the chat. I can read it through and we can discuss about that. Is it audible for everyone? I think Ramana, you are I think saying like it has to be a bit louder. Is it audible for? Okay. Oh, thanks for the confirmation, Ramana. Okay, so let's start then today's class. So if you see the course content, like we are talking about rapid app development using Mendix and AppGyver. Now, first of all, we should know, like we're talking about this low code, no code application development. What is this low code, no code technique first? Let me give you a clear cut, with an example, how and what people are talking about nowadays. Now, if you have seen, if you know SAP, so if you see the SAP's development roadmap down the year, as you know, SAP initially developed something on the front end technology. They have bring out something called R3 screen. So SAP basically created some R3 screen where people can go and interact and design something and can able to do some transactions. Then SAP have came up with something called Webdin Pro, right? Then SAP has bring out something called Fiori, right? Now, if you talk about right now, Fiori is one of the framework that has been used as a standard as a standard application development roadmap, and this is right now. This is the latest, basically the roadmap. Right, we are in SAP right now. So like R3 screen they have introduced. They have bring out Web Intro. They have bring out Fiori. Now, when you talk about this particular different technologies, like if we it is there behind all this framework. Like let's say Fiori, it is using UI5. Then before Web Intro, it is having ABAP and Java knowledge, right? Then previously it's having R3. Now people are thinking about this is much more program oriented. Like if somebody wanted to build a Web Intro, they should be having a Web Intro knowledge. If somebody is talking about Fury, this has to be having some knowledge on the JavaScript. They should be having some knowledge on the HTML. They should be having some knowledge on CSS, right? They should be having some knowledge all these three. Then has to be knowing all the facts that UI5 is having. Then only they can become a Fury developer, isn't it? Now, if we talk about this, this different framework that SAP introduced, behind the framework to build an application, you should be knowing a certain skill set. You should be having certain skill set. Otherwise, you won't be able to make an application. Now, when you talk about application may be rendered through your mobile, may be rendered to your desktop tablet, may be rendered to your TV also nowadays, right? So any applications, if you wanted to build using any of this framework, you should be knowing some coding, some you can say some programming language. Now once we talk about this programming language, then definitely I can say and conclude you must be some professional developer, right? Professional developer. If you don't become a professional developer, you won't be able to make and build some applications using all those three or all other technologies also, all other frameworks also. Now what is this era is going to come is, this concept of professional developer is not going to be exist. It is not going to be exist anymore. People are talking about if you wanted to build some application, you should not be knowing a certain technology or some coding or some programming languages. So that is where the low code and no code concept is coming, where people are talking about citizen developer. Now what is citizen developer? I'll tell you. Citizen developer. Now what is citizen developer? The citizen developer can be a business owner also. I am a business owner. I know my business well. I don't care about the programming languages. I don't want it to be. Today this particular programming language is booming in the market. Tomorrow it might not be. So it should not be impact my business. What is more important for me is the revenue of my business, and it has to be run well, and it has to have a great user experience. That matters for me. Now as a citizen developer, also I am capable to build some application. Now how we can be able to build it? Now if somebody gives me a framework or a tool where I can go and develop an application without having any knowledge or without having any prior technical background and build some application using some drag and drop or some pre-configured lot of things on a visualized graphics design screen, I'll just plug in play and I can able to get the application ready. So that is how cool it's going to be the upcoming days for any of our life or any of our process. That is where the technology is going through, and it is going to be like that. Now what I'm going to show you is, I'm talking about the professional developer and the citizen developer. Now once I compare this, many of you are from the background or from SAP, many of you already heard about SAP, many of you didn't heard about SAP at all. If I just take a note at the initial day itself. So let me give you a proper actually process through what SAP does. Now the professional developer I was talking about. The professional developers are basically the pro coder. They're already basically matured enough to build some application. They're already experienced enough to build some application in different technologies. Now if I talk about specifically in SAP, somebody already knows that you how to use Web ID. You already knows how to use Business Application Studio. You might already have used Eclipse down the line, right? Now you might have already used some of the coding technologies like let's say it might be on the front end technology like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? So these are the professional developers are more into that area. They knows how to design, they knows how to develop, they knows how to deploy, test, and hand over the application to production system. They knows how to support it. Now when I talk about the citizen developer, the citizen developer are basically pointing to this low code, no code area, where the citizen developer also knows how to create applications, but not necessarily to be having a programming language knowledge, right? They're mostly in the business owners. They're mostly the functional. They're mostly into, let's say, ABAPers. They're mostly into XYZ, any personas it can be. They're eagerly interested to build apps. That's it. Now, if I talk about the other side, if this is the front side, if I talk about the application development side, this is the back side. Like when I talk about the pro code, the professional developer, so they should be having some professional experiences with different technologies or different framework, as I said. But if you talk about how SAP works, SAP has introduced different tools. If you remember, there is something called SAP Bring Out, called SAP Build. I don't know how many of you have already used this tool. SAP Build is one of the tools that SAP introduced. It is still there. It is not like it is deprecated. It is still there. This is basically built for you can create some prototype. You can create some wireframe like prototyping. Then you can do a wireframe. Then you can build some application using drag and drop. All those things was possible using SAP Build. Then SAP introduced something called Storyboard, which become a part of Web ID. This was become a part of Web ID. So inside the Web ID, you can able to like sketch it. You can able to draw something. This become a part of Web ID. Okay, but this also become one of the tool, like it is already available. It is not like it is deprecated again, but SAP again introduced something called Mendix. Mendix is one of the company. It is SAP has become a partner of Mendix. Now what is this Mendix? And then SAP has came up with again AppGyver. Now what is this journey? When I talk about the journey of SAP down the line and how they are planning it, so there are a lot of confusions might be. SAP Build came up with some certain like target audiences. It is came up with some certain features and functionalities, which is I really appreciate at that point in time. I can able to build a wireframe. I can able to build some prototype. That should be really cool tool for all functionals also. Like if you wanted to make an application flow how it should be, as you know the business process. So definitely SAP Build can help you to draw some random sketches on your pen and paper, and you can plug in. If you have used it, you might know that like this tool is really cool. I liked it. Storyboard it came. It is having some of the feature which is similar to SAP Build, but it is okay. It is not great features, but it is good feature. Then Mendix it came. And Mendix is still there. It is not like Mendix is deprecated or something. So SAP bring out or partnership with Mendix. Now when I talk about this Mendix and again AppGyver, both the tools are claimed as a low code, no code platform. Both the tools are basically a part of a rapid application development without coding or without not much coding at all. So now people will be confused, and you might be asking me a question like Karthik, like Mendix, AppGyver, like why we need both? Is it required to understand and learn both, or I can concentrate into AppGyver? I don't have to have a knowledge about Mendix, or I need to have a knowledge about Mendix. I don't care about AppGyver. What do you prefer? Why are you insisting us to know both? Now there is a big questions, and there is a big what to say is basically there's a big debate is going on nowadays regarding this low code no code, and specifically Mendix versus AppGyver. Now this course would be clearing it out, like what is the tool capabilities, like where the Mendix is standing right now, where the AppGyver is standing right now, what are the capability of Mendix, what are the capability of AppGyver. Now why Mendix is, or if the Mendix is already there, then why AppGyver is introduced by SAP. So those things, when you will be getting to know more detail into, like how the feature differences both the tool is having, and how like how matured both the tools are. So those things are going to be cleared it out in our upcoming sessions. Now, if I conclude it in a very basic and overview statement between the differences, Mendix and AppGyver differences, so it should be like in this way I can say SAP is bring out this AppGyver, even though Mendix is there in their bucket. The main thing was they're also approaching a different target audiences. Mendix is having some target audiences where you can build some application inside their platform. You can do everything. Like you can be able to create a DB. You can be able to build some application. You would be consume OData. You can be consumed. You can be configured, or you can be select connect with SAP, connect with third party like solutions. You can be able to let's say you can be able to get Fiori UI template. So there are so much things you can do it. You can build your DB, you can host there, or Mendix itself a solution provider. Like if you wanted to roll out your business, you can do it using Mendix. It is having that much capability. You can build application, you can create your own DB there, you can host. There's a cloud feature, you can host your application on the cloud. Everything can be done here in this particular framework called Mendix. It is that much capable. Now again the question is coming the same, like why then AppGyver is coming. Now when I talk about the differences, if I draw the differences, let me show you one more thing here. When I talk about the AppGyver as a platform, here it is specific to some certain areas they have focused. Some certain areas they have focused in the sense they have this AppGyver. They are basically giving you a platform where you can build an application using low code no code, which is specifically they are targeting. Like you came here to this product to build an application, and the application would be a kind of a native field. You can be able to get the application as hosted as a web application. You can be hosted the application on your mobile phone like Android, iOS, irrespective of any platform. So app development becomes much more smooth, like with some good user experiences. You can connect with REST API. You can connect with OData. You can connect with like any of your third-party solutions like SAP and any other, if you, as long you are having some APIs, you can go and connect with this. Like I can say, like if you talk about the capability point of view, both the tools are matured. But Mendix as a tool being used by so many companies, or it is also having more experiences in terms of the platform. So I can say Mendix is more matured in terms of that. AppGyver recently came, but it is also very good. Now, when it is SAP doesn't care about if they conflict between two of their products. They're okay. They knows that I have Mendix, but they came up with AppGyver with a mindset. It is completely the company's choices. Let's say I'll tell you where the actual benefit is. SAP is selling products, right? SAP is a service company. They are selling their own products, own services. Now SAP is saying, I should be having some certain target audiences or certain business companies who would be investing into AppGyver. I have a certain users or certain, let's say, business owners who would be putting money on the Mendix tool. They will not put money in both at a time, might be. Because why? Because if some company they said, boss, my DB is stable. I'm using on-premise. I don't want to bring out all my data to cloud. Okay. So I'm okay with my on-premise data. I don't need this DB capability. I don't need this cloud hosting. I don't need those features to have in this particular platform. Or I don't care about that as well. Give me some tool where I can plug in my OData services with a REST API. I can develop the application and deliver it quickly. Do you have some tools like that? SAP will say, yeah, I have. Use AppGyver. If some company says that, see, I'm moving towards SAP Cloud. Today I'm using S4HANA on-premise. Tomorrow I might be going into S4HANA Cloud. I might be like using some kind of multi-target applications. I might be hosting some of the application into the cloud, or I would be using some of the Fiori templates specifically to the Fiori level. I wanted to make some low code, no code. So at that area, SAP may suggest that business owner to come to Mendix, because they are also expecting to be having a DB creations or some other like requirement on the cloud, like hosting and all of those things. So it is having, again, it is having a both like two different, different tool having two different set of capabilities. This Mendix has become a Solex partnership with SAP. And this AppGyver also recently actually taken or procured by a French company. So this is how the SAP currently standing. So just to give you a clear-cut idea about what is Mendix, what is AppGyver, and how they are going to conflict, and we'll see in hands-on experiences how AppGyver is like capable, how Mendix is capable. So you will be getting end up with getting some idea and knowledge with some hands-on experience how to work on both the technologies. Now in the next company, if you're joining, or the current company if you're working, you got an opportunity to work any of this low code no code platform, so you can go and easily take it up. That should be the motto of this main course. That is how we have planned this course. I hope it is clear to everyone right now. Now we'll start the first like few classes with the AppGyver to understand more about AppGyver, how it is, what is the capabilities, how do you build an application using AppGyver. Then we'll come to Mendix, and then we'll create and draw the conclusion between the differences, and how do you like rate yourself or the tools on the learning perspective as well as the capability point of view, both the tools, how it is standing right now. Okay. Now, if you wanted to have an AppGyver, one second, let me go to the tool which is already opened. Yeah, there is something called AppGyver.com. There is something called AppGyver.com. If you just like just type AppGyver, what it will come? It will give you this AppGyver.com website. Now you would be asking me one more question, like, Karthik, if I wanted to use AppGyver, is it available on the SAP BTP as a service or not? it is available as a on the BTP as a service. Like if you go to SAP Cloud Platform or SAP BTP, as you know, like SAP Cloud Platform has been changed the name to SAP Business Technology Platform called SAP BTP. Once you logged in, you might not see this service as on the free trial version, because for the free trial version they have bring out as a separate like platform altogether, like where you can go to this appgiver.com domain and you can log in yourself and you can build your application. If you remember in the initial days how SAP Build used to work, if you give it build.me.com, it used to take you to the SAP Build platform. Similarly, right now as SAP is promoting this particular tool, so that's what they have kept it as a separate a platform like this, like how SAP conversational AI is available right now. So in the next stage, what would be SAP planning is you won't be able to log in and create some free things. They might be asking you to pay some money to build or buy some licensing as per your usage on the your enterprise platform licensing, and you can activate that specific service. Now if you go to SAP Cloud Platform, in your company, if it is already paying some amount, if you are there having some licensing with SAP, like a CPA licensing, like pay and go kind of licensing, then what you can see is you would be finding the SAP AppGyver inside the boosters. With the boosters, like you would be having an option called AppGyver, application development with AppGyver, something like that, and you can go and activate the instance. Okay. If somebody have any interest to open up and see or activate it, let me know. I will give you a proper document where you can go and activate it. Okay. But as you don't have as you're working on the trial account, we'll not activate it right now because we don't have the access also. So we will go and open up and create an account in the appgiver.com. Once you go to this appgiver.com, you will be ending up with this page. This page itself is it's really nice actually, and in this what you need to do is you need to sign up for free for the first time, right? Once you click on sign up for free, I have already logged in. That's what I've already signed up and I have logged in. That's why I'm coming to the dashboard screen. But for you, if you give appgiver.com and if you come to the sign up for free, what it should do is it will be asking you some questions like SAP, like you need to give the email address, you need to give the password, first name, last name, company name. You can give some test company name, country. Then you should be just checking all the privacy policies and terms and conditions. You need to click on the I am not a robot and click on a free trial account. Once you click that, you'd be sending an email on your registered email address. You need to activate the account and to confirm that there. Once you confirm this, you would be able to give or reset the password if you wanted to, or then you can come and sign in. This is the sign in button. You can click on sign in. You would be coming and giving the email address and password that you have given, and you can go and sign into the platform. Right? Now this is basically how you should be going and register yourself on this AppGyver tool. Now once you registered yourself on the AppGyver tool, then you should be coming up and see a projects would be empty. There should be an option called as a create a new project. Here is account detail, like the account you have basically created. All these things are here. You can delete your account if you wanted to. You can change your details if you wanted to. You can reset your password if you wanted to, right? And if you forget your password, then you can go to the login screen and give as a forget password. Like all the other way how SAP build up, like SAP BTP, SAP CAI, all the things you have already gone through. So you know how to create an application, create a platform, how to sign up, and all those how to register yourself, that you are already aware of it. Now once you come to that, then there is an option called platform status. If you go to the platform status, there are different type of that the different type of actually options you'll be getting here. Like if you wanted to subscribe for updates, you can get it. You can see like the build services, like compose the pro, the different type of new things that is coming. What are the new like incidences has been raised? It's kind of their community. It's kind of their like how SAP community is there. Similarly, like their community is this. You can read out some blogs also. You can get some documents also here. And more importantly, in this, once you logged in, you can go and create an application. Now, once you go and create an application, you need to just click on the create new button. Once you open it up, you would be getting an option to create an app here. So how we are going to take it up? First, we are going to show you how do you integrate one REST API, like an API about a weather detail, an API about something else also. I will be showing you if you have a ready-made API ready, a REST API ready, how do you integrate this? Number one. Number two, how do you integrate or create an application using some SAP data, kind of let's say manage purchase orders or something like that. Then third, we are going to show you how do you configure any of our S4 HANA OData services and display some data or do some actions there. That should be the three areas that you're going to pick it up some applications and we'll be building it. And we'll be also showing it to you how do you build an application, how do you write a logic here, how do you do the navigations here, how faster it is. All those things is going to be learned here. Now I'll be giving an application as the application name is Weather Report App. I'm just click on create. Once I click on create to the application, now the magic starts from here. Now once you click on the create button, it has taken you to the main area of application development. So in today's class, we would just like to see all these different things, what are the possibility side. Then I will tell you in the tomorrow's class how do you build this weather application end to end. Okay, now let's understand what basically the low code no code application development structure and their design, what this interface allows you to do or what not to do. So this should be like more into that. Now if you start your application, see this is basically the application page. Now at the top of the page you would be having some 6 options. Launch the app, put some theme to it, do some navigations, options for data, authentication and the community. What does it mean by launch? Like once you build the application, if you wanted to launch the application, if you wanted to launch as a web app, if you wanted to launch as a mobile app, if you wanted to launch as let's say a mobile native Android, iOS, you can do it. I'll show you. Theme, you can put some theme layer to it to give some different flavors to your applications. Navigations, you can go and create some custom navigations between your applications. So if I go to the launch section, see this, you can run the application as a web app. You can directly click on this to open the application as a web app. Mobile apps, like if I open this up, if I give it as a weather application or any of the application to be run in the preview mode, so it is basically like it is taking all the applications that I have developed and it is giving me an option to open up the application. Like the last application, the same application, if I show you here, I'll click on open. So what it is doing is it is giving me a report how the weather is going to be here in my location. It might be raining moderately. It might be having tomorrow some patchy rain possibilities. The same on the 16th as well. And these data are coming from live weather API. So this is an application I have just shown it in the web mode. This is a web page. If you wanted to see in mobile, Right now, no, this is not the mobile view. I'll be showing it to you. There's an app available to display the application in a mobile. So I'll show you how the mobile possibilities are also in tomorrow's class. Now coming to the theme, you can put different themes to it. Like you can put some colors and all of the app background, app label 1 background, label 2 background, primary background. So all these things you can choose it for your application. See, there are so many positive background, like the dark background. So many themes are actually available. You can build up some themes, whatever the themes you wanted to have. So you should be having such color combinations. So it will give you some feel. If you are not from a aesthetic like point of view person, or if you're completely new into the UX also, there you also have more knowledge about it, how the color combination goes, what are the colors to be used more or less. Those things also will come and have an idea about how the theme also works. Now navigations. Navigations means like how do you wanted to have some navigations. Right now you are having one page. You can create multiple pages here. Page 1, page 2, page 3 like that. So how do you like map those pages? How do you create or establish the navigation between the pages? Those things will going to come in the navigation section. The most important section is the data section. In the data section, what it should be is you can connect to any of your, the application to any of the data sources. Like it may be as a REST API, it may be as a OData service, it may be any of the GBC like our global cloud, Firebase services. It might be any marketplace such like your API Business Hub or any API. If you have all the microservices that you have, you can go and connect to. Like it is having some technique. How do you like if you wanted to create any of your application to a REST API, you should be giving the REST API here. You should be giving basically the REST API URL. You can have a get call, post call, put call, delete call. Everything is there. You do not to write any get call like how in Fiori used to write it. Right? Those things are not at all required. Okay. You can put a get call, putting some entity set name. You can add a lot of query parameters if you have some filter parameter to pass. If you want some header values to pass, like your authentications or some, if you're using a REST API, then should be having some API key, right? Those things you can pass as a header, and you'll get the rest. You can test the OData service or a API, and you can, the schema would be nothing but your model. So I'll show you, explain you how you configure a OData service, or how do you configure a REST API, how do you test it, how do you set to a model or call schema. Okay, how do you do a get call, post call, those things also will come. Now, the more important part is basically this section. This section is again, if somebody already used SAP Build, they may somehow correlate. SAP Build also having sort of similar display, or if you have already used someone SAP Web ID or SAP Business Application Studio opening in a Visual Studio or Visual Editor mode, then you might have also seen some kind of a look and feel in this area, like a 3 different structure. If somebody is completely new into it, for them, let's see this. This is called a component market, where all the basic UI components are available, like an icon, like a title, like a text, like an image, a spinner, card, different forms like a button, drop down, checkbox, password field, input field, slider field. You're having basically image list item, header list item. We are having different primitives like checkboxes, drop down, input, slider, toggle, right? By installed, like all those things. I'll show it to you how it is basically, how it will looks like. You can set all the UI elements. If you want to drag it out, see how it works is like right now headline is there. If you wanted to change this headline to some other text, let's say I'll be changing this headline to some other text. See, when I click on this, automatically the right hand section, so this is the component area, like all the components would be available in this area. The mid area is more into the visualization area, where you can see your application screen, how the screen is appearing once you dragging in, and this is the area we'll be dropping it out to design your screen. This area is more into changing the properties, changing the layout structure, putting some style. Like you can put some CSS also, you can put some theme also, you can do the navigations also, you can do the data binding also. Everything in this section is possible. Now headline, I need to change the text name to headline to something else. I can go and hard code the value as weather report app and just click outside. That's it. It got saved. Now this text, there is a text I have given, lorem ipsum. You can change it if you wanted to change something. Let's say if you just wanted to build something, let's say weather report app. Okay. You can just check any of the application how it looks on Google Play Store or something like this. You can build it out. Now what you can do is you have basically this is your screen, this is our application. Now I don't need this text, let's say. I don't need this text to be visible there. I can close this out. Now once I click on this app with a report app, now I want to like put this text at the middle of the screen. What is an option you have? See this. There are so many things that are available. Advanced properties, visible, true or false, right? You can have a different things like style. 1 minute, let me put it down somehow. Yeah, if you wanted to change this to like this with the report app, a smaller case, make it a bigger one, or this is basically the front sizing. You can give this big also. Up to you. How do you want to know? Like get this. If you wanted to have a full, see it is become a big and it will become a, like adjusted properly. If you given something like this size. It also has an option on the layout section. If you go where is the text line right now is the left, you can put it in the center, you can put it in the right, you can put it in the justify. Like if it is a big text, it will automatically justify both the sides. I can put it in the center. Height and width, position, alignment. See the position, you can give some pixel. Like if somebody already knows CSS, they might understand what I'm doing it. So all this, if you don't know CSS, don't bother about anything. Like you are just playing with this. So see, there are 4 options: top, bottom, right, left. How like you want to give some position, how where you wanted to fix the position. You can give it like 10 pixel from left hand side or 10 pixel from right hand side. Like to adjust it. If it is somehow here, you can put this side. You can make it down, you can make it up, giving here. So these are basically called as a CSS properties, or basically your layout properties, you can say. Right now, see, I have made it at the mid of the screen. Now this is my page. This is my page, right? The entire page is, I've selected the page. Now I'll go to the style section. I wanted to give some background to the page. I can choose any of the color from the background. See this, I can give it either this color, I can give it either black color, whatever. If I don't like any of the color, I can add a new palette also. I can choose it from any of this color combination, from a formula or a custom color. I can put it and I can save it. I can cancel it also. But let me put something and try to show you. Let's say let me put it this one. Okay. Now you can give some padding also. I don't need the padding right now, right this point in time. So my page color is changed. If you wanted to put some different color for this one, you can put it. How do you put it? Go to the style sections. You can also, again, as I said, like you can go and change this specific like font sizes if you wanted to from here. Okay. Now you can go to the properties layout section, where you can see you can have a different options, like as I said, use the alignment, width and height, position. Similarly, what you can do is you can put your own CSS as well. One second. Okay, horizontal spacing I don't need. The layout is okay. Text line is center. See this. This is an option. Width and height. You can give a fit content. You can give an exact size in pixel. If you wanted to have this one to be in a size of, let's say, 20 pixel. As an example, I'm saying it will be looks like height. Sorry, width is 20 pixel and height is, let's say, 20 pixel. It will looks like this, right? And if you don't set, like, no, I don't want to set any specific values. I don't like to have some specific values. I want to have a fit content properly. Then it's good. It'll automatically go and fit content that. Let me select it. So where is the fit content? Yeah. So when you should be just giving as a grow as a full width. If you wanted to give some pixels specific to the size, that you can give it. You can give basically a custom minimum width, minimum height also. You can put some height related to basic things like if you very big text, it should be grow automatically. Those things you can do it, right? And you can also go and put some positions to it, as I said already. So those things are possible onto this area. This is the position section, height and width is layout section, and if you like, this is my spacing section, like the top gap, bottom gap, all those things are coming. 1 minute, let me at first put in the center and let me change it to go to the full width section and let me save it. So always remember, if you do something, don't forget to save this out, because this is going to be really you need to save it. Like in SAP Build, it should be automatically saved, or SAP Business Applications should be automatically saved, but here in this case you need to save manually in all the cases. Now if I wanted to add any of the line items or any of the list item, I can just drag it out and drop it out. See this? My list item automatically came. If I wanted to change this image for the list item, I can put different icons also. Go to the properties section. See you can change the background image of this. If you wanted to change the background images, you can put a static image, or you can bind some data. If it is coming from a OData service or a REST API, a background, that background also you can give it. You can go and change the image as a static image also. Let's say if you wanted to have an weather icon, if you build something like this, you can take this image link, copy this out, go back and put it here. See this? Your image automatically came here, right? So the thing is, like, you can just plug in with any of the images if you wanted to have it here, that you can do it. You can change the title here. You can bind with the dynamic data that will show. Okay, so this is one list item you have kept it. You can put similar list item here, one by one, like this. As a static, I'm giving right now. Right? See, I have given some 3 different like list items. If I click on the list item, what I can do is here, I'm having some options here, like go to the style section. Like how do you want to give it? Default image list item is a by default style, it is coming here. Now if you want to go to the layout section, you can again fit content this, and again it is basically the standard theme. I'll show you how to do a custom theme also, putting your own colors and all other things. That also is going to come. Then if you see, this has become my list items, right? If I wanted to just have basically a big text, I can put the text here. See, this is my text. I can get a lorem with some text. You can put any text here, and as long as you wanted to make it, it will be visible there. If you go back here, see, I'll be changing in the property section. A big text, I have kept it here. Right now, if you come here, now if you wanted to just have basically a small as I said, a small card. You can put card here also. You can put a title. You can put a description. It is similar to this. Only the image is not available right there. You can put some icons also. You can put some different okay, if you felt like okay, if you are telling me about those components, but if I wanted to create some my own component, how do I build it? There's an option called container. In this container you can build anything on your own. You can put some row content to it. Okay, you can put some title here. You can put some text in the section. See, you can put some icon in the section. You can put some images in this section. See, it is completely up to you. How do you want to build it? So in this container is a free space area. You can build whatever you wanted to do. I put this kind of like image in this section. I am removing this out. I am putting a big text again here. Up to you. How do you want to make it? Getting my point? So this is how it should be. If you don't want to give a big text, you can adjust it. We'll show how to design this. Like the more into like it should be. If you wanted to, if you don't need this out, if you wanted to remove this out, what you should do is select the specific content and delete it. If you don't need that, just delete this out. Now it got completely cleared out. You can have the checkboxes if you wanted to have here. You can have a drop down. See, and the main important thing, if you noticed here, the look and feel is good, and it is basically very rich look and feel. This is my button, right? Now if I want to change the button, see, instantly you are having different button. This is the green button, accept button. This is the reject button. This is the default button. See, and this is the primary colors. You can see the colors also. I will show you. See this. So in a fractions of second, you can get some good look and feel application, isn't it? If you wanted to just like make an applications, you can build it, and you can see the applications in different devices. How it looks in iPhone 5. This is how it looks like. If I don't need this, if I wanted to see the application how it looks like in Android phone, you can also go and check as well. Right? You can set the different height, width, and resolutions also. Now, again, if you want to revert any of your changes, you can click on the revert. It will be because it is basically like a Control Z. More into Control Z, you can go and revert the last steps that you have done. So you can launch your applications. Not only this, you can basically do a custom like web. You can put some custom height and width. You can also go and connect your mobile phone, and you can launch the application as well. That I'll show you. Now the most interesting part, you are building the design. Now in case you'd be required some logics to write. Let's say I'm having an empty page. I'm creating one more page called basically okay, I need to save this before going to move to the other page. So it got saved properly. So I'm going to create one more new page that I'm giving as a detail page. Right? So I came to the detail page. But if I go and come to the navigate page, here empty page. So this, okay, let me save this again. Come to the empty page. Now if you felt like, man, I don't like this empty page, you should change this name here to something else. What you can do is, there's an option called page name. You can give it the main page or whatever the page name you wanted to give it and save this out. It becomes saved. Now there's an option called button. So this is the button, right? Now the thing is, like, you wanted to navigate to different pages. Which area or what area, like how do you navigate? How do you write logics? The most interesting part is, see, there is an option. I have selected a button. It is already understood, like I have selected a button and giving me an option. Just swipe it up. Just click it out here. Now see this. You are having an area where you can
basically do so many things. You wanted to take a barcode scan, you want to take a photograph, you wanted to just do a GPS location, you wanted to have a delay or something and write some JavaScript, you wanted to navigate something. All the possibilities is there in this. Now you want to navigate, right? You can just drag it and drop it. So navigate from here to navigate to where? Okay, sorry. It is giving me, see, it was stressing like all your what are the things you have explored in this platform. It is showing me it is completed 100%. Like I have more or less touched upon all the areas that is supposed to be, and my first assignment also completed here. See this? Now if you want to navigate to where you want to navigate, all these options will come. Number of pages, I'll show you which page to navigate. All these things will come here. So you wanted to just navigate back, or let's say if you sorry, this is navigate back. If you want to open a page, which page to open? Like you want to go to a detail page. This is the page you want to go. Right? Click on save. And click on this. You should go to the navigate page 2. You should be navigate page 2. Detail page. That's it. Save this out. Now once you see the application, once you click on this button, it will navigate to that page. So the navigation is done. You can come back from there as well. So this is how easy it should be, your application development. Now the one more interesting area is called a variable section. Now see, currently you're in the view section. Now you would be interested if somebody is already from a bit coding background, they might ask me, okay, when you'll be playing with the data, when you'll be playing with your data, whatever is coming from the backend, or how do you like set those data? Because we used to create so many variables, no? Like this variable, that variable. How do you want to do it? This is the variable section. There are four different type of variables are available. There is something called app variable. Let's say I'll give an example to you. Okay. Now you are basically logged into the application, or let's say you are having some you wanted to you wanted to store any of the parameter. Let's say as an example today's date, and you want to use today's date in whole application. In the application having 5 pages, all the pages you wanted to use it in your all the pages you wanted to use this variable called today's date. You can set that particular data like a today's date as an app variable. It is kind of a global variable. Like anywhere from the app, anytime you can use it. That is accessible for you. Page variable. Now you would be having multiple pages. Page 1, page 2, page 3. In any of the page you can set some variable with some data, and that data can be accessed any point in time from that particular variable. Page parameters. You can create and add some parameters also. Let's say somebody is displaying you are displaying a list of, you have displayed a list of weathers. Now if I click on this item, I should go to the next page and display some detail about it. How do I do it? Now when I click on this, I should be knowing that I have clicked on this 14th date, or I have clicked on the 15th date, or I have clicked on this 16th date. So this should be a parameter. That parameter you can pass it from first page to second page also, right? So that is how basically you can add some parameters also here in your application page variable. Let me go inside the app one more time. By mistakenly I crossed it actually. Yeah. So you can add some page parameters also. You can set some value to it. You can pass some parameters. Now data variables are more into like you would be calling some OData services or REST APIs and all of those things, right? Ultimately, as I shown to you, like you'll be getting the data and displayed it, test it, and you can set to a schema. Now I'll show you once I do that, then it will be more understandable to you. Like you can call some OData services or a REST API, you can get the data, and that data you can set as a variable. Like it's a model name, you can say. This is the name of the model from where the data basically comes. Okay, so this is how these 4 options will be going to work, and these 4 options would be there for all the time to you to build any applications. Okay, and it will be really cool. So like this would be really easy also, need not to be worry much, because this is the first time you might have launched this section and going into so many things. So I have cleared it out very quickly. Like uh, I'm not going to make this like course very hectic. It should be fun and plug and play. You should be also enjoy doing this. You should be also enjoy building some applications. So we'll not give so much like things at or a single days. You should get the flavor, and it should start with a small application development. How one end-to-end application you can do it, a small application. Then we'll see in a complexity level how do you build it. That is how should be the main agenda of building the application in this AppGyver tool. Okay, so this tool itself is very, what to say is, it is very fast to access. You can able to build the application much faster, right? And you can able to okay, so I think the changes I have done, that is in the main page. Yeah, that is in the main page. Yeah. So if you wanted to just okay, if you wanted to have this application to be viewed in a mobile, so see there is a like if you go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store, there is something would be available called as AppGyver. Go on AppGyver preview application, you can download it out. Once you download this application, what you can do is ultimately once you publish this application, it should be coming as a QR code. You need to scan the QR code. Once you scan the QR code, you can see the same replicate view how you are saying. So I mean you can able to see in this screen, like how you're seeing this screen. It should be available to you right away like that, and you can open the applications and you can see it. Now see how different persons has created their applications. See this. This is the first page. This is one of the page they have created. Apartment for rent. They have given different things here. See this? They have given their basically the name of the apartment, what is the address, some detail about the apartment, and then image. And how easily you can make it. Like if you wanted to go to the platform, you can go to the main page to the detail page. Simply you just choose the simple detail page. Alright? Okay, save this out. Go to the detail page. What you can do is you can put interesting header, you can put some images, you can put some raw text as well in between these two. You can make a very big text this section. Let's say I'm giving some description about an apartment. How easily you can make it say this. You can go to this, you can put this text entirely, and you can just put a justify. What you can do is you can go to the style section. You can see how to set that specific your size of the heading. You can put it like a primary one, like this. And then what you can do is go to the layout section, and here inside the layout text align, you should be giving as justified. So it should be double side justified. Click on save. Now it becomes so much big. What you can do is go to the properties section. You can just reduce a bit, or you can take it something up to this. Saved it. Then you can just put this, and you can this one you can just reduce the size of this, right? You can give some date, and the image you can put some apartment image. See this, right? Just open this out in a new page, copy this out, go to the section, and this image, go to the properties, just change it, save it up. That's it. Now up to you. If you want to put a button there or an icon, this icon. If you wanted to change the icon, see this. If you want to change the icon, they're also having a list of icons. See this? What you wanted to put, you can just search it out from here. The list of icons are also available. If you want to search something called home icon, see this? The home icon is there. Go to the tile section. What is the size do you need? You need like this or this or this. Up to you. Layout section, position, put at the center. Now from top I am giving some pixels here, or it can be also adjusted, right? So this is how you can quickly design the screen. See how much time it took. It hardly some minutes only, isn't it? To build a screen, it is completely aligned, fine. This is how it will be look like your application in mobile phone. You can change the heading as I already shown to you. This is how you can build your application as faster as it is, right? So I hope you got some context towards this platform. How does it work? How does it basically, what are the capabilities does it have right now? So we'll go into more detail about it, how basically this application development would be from a very basic towards bit advanced level. How do you connect with different like your if you click on any button, how do you do like different functionalities? As an example, how do you scan a barcode? How do you basically take a photograph? How do you enable the GPS location? So all these things also are going to see here. Put some conditions, put some logics into it. All these things also are going to show here, show in this courses, and along with once you go to the advanced level, it will be much more interesting here. Like you can see all these parameters, whatever it is showing it here, it should be here. So this should be again, so this section like logic section is basically similar like so many other framework basically there in the market. Now when I talk about this low code no code platform, there are so many competitors available in the market. AppGyver is one of the two latest. Very recently SAP has acquired a French company. And frankly speaking, when this transition was happening, we had a call with SAP, and SAP was only just showing it to us like this is the tool they're going to bring it over on the SAP low code no code platform as a tool. So I have also seen like the journey of that French company, how they have evolved it, and I've seen like this tool long back also how they are building it, then how it become a part of SAP's bucket. So that transition I was completely aware of it, and also I have evaluated so many other low code no code tool which might be a competitor, something called Pillar. So this is basically Edge Ready Cloud. They are basically building some applications. If you see, they are low code no code. See this? They're also pretty good into this. Like they're having their low code no code platform. You can build some logics like this. This is one of their platform called Ashoka. So there also you can put some logics like this, and it's also again plug and play, and you can build your application using like just drag and drop and build some applications. There is something called this one, flutterflow.io. If you see this, these guys are also having the similar. See this? Exactly similar. So if you talk about if you learn this AppGyver, what should be your advantages? Your advantages should be like if you know this platform how it works, if you know how to build an application, I can frankly speak to you like you can build any application on the low code no code down the line. If your company changes or acquire some other company as a low-code platform, or if your company is paying some amount to get a third-party tool, most of the platforms, as per I have actually gone through to validate, I have seen the look and feel, the style of doing it, the variable concept, parameter concept are mostly same. How AppGyver is doing, similarly this company also doing, similarly the other company I was showing it to you also doing, like the pillar. So this is basically the more or less type of technical, like technicality level or design level, mostly it is same actually. If you know this how it works, you can also build some application there as well. So like that's what this should be really good learning for you to build an application and to give a rich flavor to your users in terms of building a native flavor also you can give it here. Like I was coming to the launch section, see this. If I click on the reveal QR code, if I go to the QR code and if I download this mobile app in my phone, then I can go and scan it out. If once I scan it out, I can go and scan this QR code. Once I scan it, automatically it will take my identity and it will basically show me the list of applications I have developed. Right? You can see download SAP AppGyver preview on Mac as well. This is basically the URL. If you wanted to open up in Mac OS and Android TV, you can open up this link and you can see the application as well. Right? You can find it out in Apple Store, Google Play Store. If you click on the Apple Store, see this is the AppGyver preview. Is the name. It is available in the Apple Store. You can go and download this as well. So in the next class, what you should do is you should go and download first this AppGyver preview application in your phone. So along with the side, we'll be developing the application that we have started. Like I would just like to show you how basically you will find out an API, how you can find out basically free APIs to use, like a weather API or any API it might be. There are so many APIs that are available nowadays. How do you build it? How do you basically design the screen? How do you do the data binding to that? How do you create a model to it? How this data section is going to be worked? All these things are going to see in this section. Like how do you ultimately build an application? In tomorrow's, we'll be building up with an weather application with some, let's say 3 or 4 days like weather forecast data with a complete data binding process. That should be the like agenda for tomorrow's. Now if you have any questions, like you can go through. Oh, we got some questions. How about others? Like guys, can you able to hear me properly? Is it, or it is having some problem? I think Kiran has raised it long back even. Is it loud and clear? Is it yeah, we can, right? Yeah. I think Kiran, can you just check it with is it fine for you, or are you still having some issue, Kiran? I'm extremely sorry that I'm just like check this message right now. But is this fine for you? I hope it should be. Okay, see, I'll just put everyone on like open mode. If somebody wants to speak, just unmute yourself and speak. But at the time, please others mute yourself. So you can unmute yourself if you wanted to speak it.
Hello, Karthik.
Hi, Chandra.
Okay, this is going to replace the Fiori elements in future, or what the roadmap for the AppGyver? Because it will do everything, right? Like a freestyle UI app can be developed using this AppGyver. Then what the Fiori elements from the Fiori apps?
If you see basically the current roadmap of AppGyver, they are more into the development of applications, yes, on the low code, no code, but if you see like down the line, we cannot say it would be something that's going to replace the entire Fiori element process. Because the thing is again, like if it is a Fiori element, I think somebody has it's getting echoed actually. One second, let me mute. Then let me answer. See, the thing is like SAP has planned AppGyver with a mindset. Yes, you can build the application rapidly without any problem. You can build it, but if you talk about will it just go and like take over the Fiori element facilities? What it is when it is giving? I don't think so. Why? The reason behind it is when it comes to Fiori elements, occupying the Fiori elements, it is having a certain options called as extensibility feature, which may not be this tool will be building up, or at least till it is not there on their roadmap. Whatever the roadmap they have created for this 2023, in that they are not clearly mentioned specifically to integrate all the CDS things and all properly here. But might be they are planning, but again it is coming to a question on the capability side of the platform. Till now, whatever the things it is available, it is even a very basic level. It is not very matured level. How the other platform like the Business Application Studio is capable, those things are not at all evolved, but it might be evolved. But as per their roadmap, it is not. But again, it is a question on the capability side. Right now, they are having it. But again, if you ask someone, do you see low-code, no-code is the near future for every development? All the developers should not be writing any custom code. As a developer point of view, if I say, I don't think so. Because custom code would be required. Now the question would be coming again and again on the capability side of handling very complex scenarios. Where the complex scenario comes like where you need to build an application, like how to say is very complex design. At that time, how your AppGyver will react? That should be the question always is asking, everybody is asking. Again, if I say like right now, the capability front of the application, it is good to handle, but it is not very good to handle. It can handle some statics in some scenarios, which is very simple, which is like kind of moderate range. If it is a very tough or very complex scenarios where so many user interface to be built, let's say it is having a huge set of data, it is having some 30-40 fields, there are so many filter options are available. If you see this for applications, it is having so much of input data are available. Those type of things, still the application platform is not that much evolved, frankly speaking. But definitely again, it is coming a question on the platform capability side. If they are evolving it, putting so much things as a component and give it to us, then might be it is possible. Now I'm just again muting all. Okay, when we can create an application through those apps, can we change it using the web ID or BAS? Right now it is no. That cannot be interconnected, because if you have used SAP Build was having a connectivity. It was generating some code by default, and it should go and like bring it out those application, import the application into web ID. But right now that connectivity is not linked up. It might be linked it up, but right now it is not, Mukesh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Santa. Can we integrate it with SAP ECC? Yes, Joshua. See, as long these platforms are no very niche platform. Like they always say one good thing is, if your like server is accessible over internet, and if you're having an API which is accessible via internet, like if you're having internet facing APIs, it might be API means I'm talking about the OData service also. So if your OData service is accessible over internet, it can be consumed in this platform without any problem. What is the additional advantage you will be getting if you are going to like SAP's this one, SAP Business Applications, sorry, SAP BTP? If you activate the service, then you can connect to your destinations. But that option you won't be able to get it. Why? Because in this you can't able to connect to the SAP destinations from this appgiver.com. If you activate as a service from the BTP trial, you can go and connect your destinations also. So that's what they're also getting charged for activating in on the BTP side. So on free trial, you need to have your API accessible over internet. Means it's a public facing internet API. Then only you can go and consume it. It belongs to S4 HANA, ECC, ABC, XYZ, anything can be consumed.
Hi Karthik, can you going to show that accessibility like SAP accessibility from BTP? Do you have any?
I don't think so we will be able to make it, because as I said, no, that should be a part of, I will be having a document that I can share it to you. We won't be able to show you how, the document itself will be much more clear. It will clear it out how to connect it out. It is just simply a couple of clicks to be configured. But I won't be able to show you on live because we don't have the CP enterprise licensing with SAP. So to get that design, showing it to you here, that would be really. But I'll be giving a document to you that you can just go it. It's basically a basic configuration, like how the other services you activate, that you need to activate it, and that's what that should be on actually. Then you should connect to your destination. I'll give you a document. I think that should be fine, I believe.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So there's a question like, can you able to publish an independent app on Android and iPhone here? It's a very interesting question. So right now it is in the trial account. Right now, what these guys are showing it, it is basically the launch option. You have to have basically the previewer to do it. Like again, it is having one more addition. I'll show you. AppGyver. Now, if you come here, so this AppGyver is having, there are two versions to it. This is something called as AppGyver Legion, which is also similar, like the old version. But the thing is still, the fact is, SAP is not given that options like you can publish as an individual app to it, like to Google Play Store or your Apple Store. But the thing is, I got an information from SAP, the last meet that we have. They are also pushing towards like doing a application to be pushed as a separate app to the Play Stores, like Google Play Store or Apple Store. But it has to be with some, again, it has to be completely on the responsibility on the company side, where you should be having a Google Play Store MDM account or Google Play Store account. You need to follow all the criteria, like to deploy an application to Google Play Store or Apple Store. You need to only take care of those things. There should not be any channel directly to push it there, because whenever you wanted to push some app to Play Stores like Apple or Google, there would be having some certain criteria. Generally, this Apple and Google having some certain criteria, you need to fulfill those criteria, and you need to just apply for that. The team from the Google and Apple just review your architecture and process, and they will give the clean sheet, and then only it will go published. That is a basic rule, the policies and the steps to be published in the application on the stores. So the company is saying, SAP is saying, that should be your own risk and that should be your own process, because they are not going to set all the icons, because they are not providing any set of standard applications on AppGyver. Understanding my point? So there should be your capability to build the application and make it done, but they will allow you to do it. Right now it is not. Okay. Okay, I'm getting this error, just error response from server, internal server. When are you getting this error actually? Because I have not shown anything like to come this error. Are you getting somewhere connecting some OData services to it, or when are you getting this error? Yep, we'll definitely look into. It is not Vishal. It doesn't have any sort of templates like the master details or the other templates that generally we used to have. So in that race, Mendix should be a bit advanced, because it has all the UI templates that basically Fiori providing. The thing is, like AppGyver, the company, as I said, recently they have acquired the company, and these guys have not set any template, but definitely that is in their roadmap to build some templates. At least the templates which belongs to Fiori, they'll definitely give you as a ready-made template. And this tool, actually, they have given you a few. If you see, the list of UI element currently it is having, they're also evolving it, because the list of UI element it does have right now is not very big list of things. If you compare with SAP UI5, it has more in terms of, if you talk about replacing Fiori, because the question also would be coming now one more time, not today, it might be after some years, like does AppGyver is going to be replace Fiori or not? But again, in that question, this platform has to be evolved a lot, because if you see the number of UI elements available on Fiori, it is near about 300 plus, but it doesn't have that capability to get over all the components. If they're bringing it up, all the components, then definitely it should be one time, and that should be their approach actually. And they are increasing this particular components list one by one. There are so many things on demand requests, they have bring it out. And frankly speaking, I was one of the developer when I was working with them, and for my company, then we got to know like we need to build something for the barcode scanning. So they have enabled the barcode scanning and given to us for building it out. And also we have requested to them for a Bluetooth plugin and all. So might be they are going to release it as early as possible. That also going to be available on your different like scanning devices options. Because those things are going to come actually. So they are also adding so much things into this bucket. So let's see how how much or how faster this tool get evolved. So but right now whatever is there, you can build some exciting application with good look and feel with a very easy manner. You can build some applications without having any problem. Within 1 hour you can build some nice application with a good look and feel. Yes, and I will definitely share all the documents, not only today's class, all the documents to all the classes should be shared properly. There should be a document folder, there should be a training directory, there should be basically all your recordings directory. You guys would be having access for all the time. It's not only for 1 or 2 days or completing the course up to, no. It will be available for all the time. You guys can go and access those documents, access those recordings. So all those things would be there. From a BTP, can it deploy back to ECCS for HANA? So again, as it doesn't have the Fiori Launchpad capability, see, what you can do is, first of all, it should not be deployed as an on-premise system. If you're using your cloud, it can be deployed as a cloud-based service application, kind of a multi-target based application from the application like this side to the BTP. But again, it always remember like we doesn't have any Fiori kind of these applications are not at all linked to any Fiori Launchpad capabilities. You first of all, if you are thinking like Fiori and this can be connected, it is not at all. It is not at all. You won't be able to like push this application directly to your ECC or as an on-premise as a BSP application. So how we do generally for the Fiori, you can't do it. Number two, if you wanted to just like navigate the application from a Fiori application, there is only one way out to do it. You need to publish this application as a web app. Once you launch the application as a web app, that application link you need to hard code somewhere in the Fiori application to open this up. Getting my point? So those things, only possibility to connect your Fiori application to this, but it should be kind of a rare rendering application that cannot be said as a Fiori app basically. Okay, so just remember like it doesn't have that connectivity between the Fiori to this. Okay, so see my detail app navigate perfectly working. Detail app headline, my image, and I can come to the empty page as well. So yeah, now the question is like if you're talking about this is going to be an independent app, then how the business is going to work, how the authentication is going to be work. So now coming back to that topic, see this. Now what you can do is there's an authentication method is basically enabled for any of the application. It's kind of a direct third-party authentication by OTP kind of things. You can do it, or you can add some Google Firebase service-based authentication. Also, the general technique right now everybody is using it to open the application is whenever you open, like the technique should be the user should be downloading this AppGyver preview app. You would be configure a specific URL application to that. Inside the application, once you open it up, right now you need to set up a basic authentication screen. Like the first page of the application is coming like this, but it should not be the first page of the application. What these guys are demanding is like you need to build some page called as a login page. Okay. So they're asking to create a login page, and while hitting the any end services, you need to go and authenticate the user based on basically the login credentials this guy has given. Like if I see like it should be something like this: weather report app. Quickly go and set the layout at the center. You can put an input field, you can put a password field, you can put a button. Or you can put a text. You can give it just simply login and put the style at the middle. Alright, and this one you just change the name to your username and the password. Alright, change the placeholder, enter your password, enter your username, make this position. If you wanted to make some gap, you can put some gap towards it. And this button, go to the properties section, change it to login. So there, just you need to just set up the login by putting a basic authentication screen, and also they are bringing out. Okay, let me delete this out. Yeah. So the application would be simply like the username, password. You can take it out. You can pass the login user ID password to call the APIs, whatever the APIs that you have, the OData services if you wanted to. So those things will also come like that. And right now, yes, they need to use this SAP AppGyver preview app installed, because if you have worked on, or if you have some knowledge about what to say is this one SAP mobile cards or mobile development kit that is called MDK, SAP MDK. See, I think you might have already seen then. This something is already there, SAP MDK. It is also similar like this. MDK client, how it is, no? Similarly like this. They will need to just scan it, and they can use it using that. The authentication layer, you can set it there. Okay. So again, like this is like they're going to definitely you put all the SAML authentications, all these things going to be coming as a plugin. That is also the in roadmap. So like this would be kind of a plugin play, they said. Like if you wanted to set up an authentication right now, the options you see, Google Firebase and some OTP based authentication. But they are saying they're also going to have on SAP BTP like enabled authentication, the default identity provider. You can also have a SAML identity provider. All those things would be there as a by default, and also would be having some this one OAuth based authentication like the OAuth 2 or something. those things are also going to be coming in. I think this year, end Q4, you'll be getting all those things enabled here. You can just set it and quickly do it. Okay, so any other questions? So one more thing, whenever you talk about this SAP AppGyver, application development process. So just do one thing. You might, if somebody's already started trying one thing, like if you are using some OData integrations, as of now, if you faced any difficulties, like to connect your data, if you're getting some cross error, like this error, everybody would be getting it. Cross error. This is basically doing like this error might be, you will be getting it, like the request might be blocked on running in the normal browser, something like that. You might be facing this issue. If somebody started doing it, you might be getting some issue. So at that time, try to open your application on the web security disable mode for time being. That is one bug is already reported, but that they are going to fix it out quickly. So as of now, if you are facing some issues while running the application or running any OData services, if somebody already started doing practice or something, just for their note, use the application on the incognito, the Google Chrome disable mode. It will be open something like this. There you open the appgiver.com. You won't be able to face any issues. Just for them who has already started doing it. So see, the focus should be again like add some REST APIs, build some applications. So the learning would be here. How complex application would be able to build it here, or what are the different type of applications you can build it here? Like can I make some applications? Okay, how will be the opportunities in the market? Now there is a frankly speaking one thing. Low code, no code is basically something which all the organizations are digging into and make they're investing some money to understand whether my business or whether my developments can be much more faster or not. Let's say today we are demanding, we are having Fiori elements where you can able to build an application quickly. If you build CDS, Fiori elements is where the frame, it will automatically get all the data. Initially, if you think about few years back when the Fiori evolved, at the time those technique was not there. We need to build some custom applications from scratch. Now also we are building it. It's not like now it is stopped. So like people are always, all the business, all the companies are investing money to get their development much more faster. And the most important thing is in plug and play. So in that route, all the companies are showing more interest, towards it. At least on that sense, AppGyver, it is similar to the other low-code, no-code platform. So if you know some platform, if you have a knowledge about some platform, and if the platform is really evolving, definitely AppGyver is going to be evolved down the line for different plugins, different connectors, different third-party connectors. Definitely they're going to bring it up. But if you know this platform now, you would start building some application quick and faster. Like again, this is really all the interviews. If you ask about the interview questions and all, because this question is very common nowadays. Like, have you worked on some no code, low code platforms or not? This question mostly people ask. Are you like evolving? And if you talk about your skill set point of view also, this is one of the latest skill what SAP has came up with, AppGyver. So if you are in line with that, then you would be always like in line with the latest your learning opportunities also. So whatever the things is coming into new in the SAP's bucket, you are in line with that. And definitely if somebody asks, and you will be knowing the capability of that tool also. So that should be definitely going to be help on the skill set point of view. And the upcoming future, everybody is assuming, not only us, everybody is assuming that low code, no code going to be the best practice over the years coming. Like all the different coding languages, like let's say Java, let's say JavaScript, HTML, XML, CSS, all those things, people need not to always remember. or need not to know those skill sets. Everybody can go and build the front-end technology. That is how the the process of that is that is how the market is going to be. That is how the hope, and that is how the directions everybody is following towards. I hope definitely this low code no code is going to be the practice and the market in the upcoming future. So now coming back to the topic, yes, SAP, yeah. So we would be just showing you some of the APIs, REST APIs, like we are having a rapidapi.com. You can go and take out any of the APIs. You can integrate. We'll be also showing the integration with OData services. How do you connect with an OData service and build an application? So we'll try to see the complex level of applications, like different UI element that is already having in UI5. Like if you see the UI5 already having a table, but it doesn't have a table, right? But you can form the table, right? If you wanted to form it, see the row sections are there. You can build the table. So this is how they have given some alternative way out. But again, the table will be definitely coming as a UI control. But why they are not giving it right now, because they have focused more into the mobile development part. Web is possible, definitely yes, but their major focus into the mobile and giving the user the best experience towards the mobile devices that you have. So that's what they have not given us proper table, big table like that, or like kind of a grid table that we have in SAP UI5. Those things are not there. And definitely see right now, if you think about the graphical views, those things are missing in this section. They are bringing it out with the tiles concept, generic tile, and the graphical views also going to become and displayed on the screen. So those things are quickly going to be launched in this quarter end. That is what the plan from SAP. It should be also the same form of a component. Like you need to just drag in and drop it, and you can bind the data. That's simple it should be. Okay. So any other questions? If you have any other questions on the understanding point of view, you can ask. And also like the roadmap of this, again I'm saying like AppGyver roadmap is or the like platform, the plugins and the basic components is going to be changed very soon, and the updates and the patches they are planned very quickly, because right now as they're in the development, like they're in the initial stage of SAP collaborations. So as SAP SC, where the problem comes, I'll tell you. When this company was a French company, they have evolved it and they have created their own set of basic components, and they're able to build some applications quickly. Like if you see the application which is already built in AppGyver, there are so many apps that are already there in the market, and also like it is having a very good look and feel, and it is very very light also, and it is very fast to render. So then when SAP acquired this company, then SAP's all customers started knowing about this AppGyver, and everybody is saying then, okay, you are giving AppGyver, but you need to give some of the component which is already matching with SAP's landscape, like a Fiori and what are the other like technology, or the other platform or framework it already having. So at least give those, then I can replicate my applications, because my ultimate thing is like if I am having an application running on Fiori connected to a backend system, if my application, if I build it in AppGyver in a very fast manner with a very light, architecture wise also light, or also it is not having, it is much more easy to render and very fast to render, then only I'm able to invest some money onto that, right? That is what every company is asking. Then if I wanted to replicate my scenario from Fiori to AppGyver, then definitely all the components I have used in Fiori, somehow that should be some alternative of some same kind of UI component should be available in this tool, right? Otherwise, how people will use it and replicate it? That is where this company is right now like going to change or add or minus and plus so many basic components very fast. They have said like in yearly they'll be putting 6 to 7 patch updates to make all the components available ready as early as possible. That is how they are also claiming it. But frankly speaking, I have seen so many other this one UIs of the different low code, no code, but I can really appreciate the AppGyver really, like the look and feel is good. Like it is basically kind of a native application development look and feel. So in that area, it is really good on that sense. You can build it an application with a very good look and feel, and you can customize it. The first thing is like you can completely customize it. If you see some apps, SAP AppGyver Apps. If you see some images of the apps, one second. Yep, see this. See the level of richness they have. See this? It's completely what to say? It's completely basically like looks like a native application has been developed, isn't it? Now this is how you can make your application look and feel wise also. Like if you see in Fiori, it will definitely take you time to build this, isn't it? It will definitely take you time to build this kind of look and feel with a proper alignment, proper look and feel. Those things will definitely take time, but here that development is really fast. Okay, so I think that's the beginning of the course. So we'll get into this more into details. When you start doing it, you'll get interest for sure. I can assure you, and it will be really nice to like develop application in such a tool which is completely new to all of us, and it is going to be a new add-on to your skill set, and definitely you should be always in line with the latest technologies learning also. And if any question comes on the technology point of view or the low-code, no-code platform, you can understand and you can tell them upfront like that is a possibility, that is the lagging part. Definitely this tool is having some lags. All the tools should be having some lags, definitely. So those things also are going to be explored. So at least you should be always in line with the latest technologies. You should learn something new, definitely, for sure, after ending up this course. Okay, so generally our classes would be from 7:30 to 10. That is how the timing is. For the first class, we have planned like to give you more into the introduction, some showing you the basic thing about the AppGyver, and just take you to the signing up your accounts and all, and to show you like this is how it operates, this is how the possibility side. And from the next class, we'll be taking up to like 9:30 would be up to the time. Then the half an hour we'll be discussing on question answers and all other stuffs. And every at the end of the every class, we'll be sharing you the class notes and the like basically the assignment if we have, along with the recording that is basically there. All those things should be shared to you. Okay. So thank you. I hope it will be interesting. We'll try to make it interesting. If you have any suggestions, please let us know to make it interesting. I need your participation also. I hope it will be really interesting course to learn. And definitely, if you are a developer, then you'll be get rid of some of the coding practices. You also freely enjoy this. Let's drag and drop and make it actually. And if you're not from a coding background, then it's a bombshell for you. It will be really nice to see something, but I can bet you'll be ending up really something new. But don't think that this is a very complex thing to be operate. It is really easy tool. This tool is really easy. So you can, once you'll be starting using it, you'll be very practically frank towards the skill. This particular tool, and it will be really easy tool to handle, and it is much faster also. If you talk about the other BTP services, this tool I liked it because it is much more faster to render. SAP Build used to take some time to render all the small changes that it used to do, but it is much faster. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your for joining this course. Again, thank you from my side and from the entire Zapier team. I hope this should be a good learning for all of you. Thank you for participating. Thank you, and see you in the next class, tomorrow, the same timing, to build something really exciting. So happy Saturday to all of you. Take care.